13 seed here in the 5A playoff bracket.
Yeah, and an interesting matchup. And Arc City coming in with Kamari Jennings, a key player for them, averaging 13.5 points per game. He'll be a key player for the Bulldogs. And KMC has a plethora of superstars coming from the senior Will Ancio, Corbin Johnson, Brooks Powers, Tegan Charles. All those guys can shoot, and they are great scorers when they need to be.
Exactly right, Andrew. And I think we're in for a good matchup tonight in the first round of the playoffs. See if the Bulldogs or the Crusaders will move on into round 2.
And Grayson, I know you play a little bit of tennis. Do you have any tennis analogies that you can apply to the basketball game tonight?
I mean, all things can be applied to many sports, as with just going out there, start strong, hit them in the throat coming right off the bat. It's more of a boxing analogy. But just start strong and don't let them get anything back. I think that's what the Crusaders will look to do tonight.
I would agree. That's a strong analogy. Start with a great serve is what I always hear. You know,
First up for the Crusaders, please welcome 6'4" senior guard number 4, Will Paintball. Next for the Bulldogs, 6'6" junior guard number 2, Colin Frazier. Next for KMC, 5'11" junior guard number 11, Corey Daniels. And for the visitors from our city, next up is 5'7" freshman guard number 3, Carmel Jennings. And next for Kapaun, Carmel, 6'3" junior guard number 21, Carmel Johnson. For the Bulldogs, next is 6' junior guard number 10, Wyatt Dickey. And next up for the Crusaders, 6'5", senior forward, number 22, Tegan Charles. Number 25, former Kansas City Bulldogs, on 5'10", senior guard, number 15, Aiden Brantley. And now to starting 5, walking on Carmel Crusaders, 6'3", senior guard, number 25, Brooks Powers.
Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast between the number 2 seed Cape and Mount Carmel Crusaders and the 15th seed Arc City Bulldogs. I'm Andrew Greer and I'm joined by my co-host tonight,
Grayson Greer.
And Grayson, this KMC team has had a very strong season. Unfortunately though, they lost their last 2 of their 3 final games to some very tough competition between Wichita Northwest and Heights. Both those teams are going to be competitors in the 6A division of Kansas, but KMC will luckily not have to worry about them. Grayson, give me a little bit of a rundown on this Arc City team tonight.
Definitely a powerful team, definitely speedy, not a lot of height, which the Crusaders normally will see in the Wichita City League. So definitely need a faster player, which we see the appearance in the first start this season for number 11, Corey Daniels, for the Crusaders, and that will lead us into the starting lineup.
And starting for KMC, that's number 21, Corbin Johnson, getting out to Corey Daniels, number 11. He's his first start of the season. And then number 25, catching the ball right there, Brooks Powers with the miss. And then number 22, Tegan Charles with the rebound. And rounding off the lineup, number 4, the senior, Will Thingvall.
And bringing it down the court for the Bulldogs, number 15, Aiden Brantley, as he gives it to number 3, Kamari Jennings, the freshman who leads this team in scoring 13.5 points per game. No good there. Number 1, Lee Abrams. Number 2, Colin Frazier. And rounding out, number 10, Wyatt Dickey.
And Thingvall with an early miss. KMC being able to come down with some rebounds as Charles is being physical inside as he brings up a foul. Excuse me, a charge.
And I was here watching that Heights game last Friday that the Crusaders came up short for the City League title. The Heights team, very talented, and the Crusaders not playing their best game, missing lots of shots, sloppy with ball handling, and so definitely looking to turn that around tonight as they have not been playing their best basketball lately.
And Arc City, an unfortunate start already on their first possession. That one going past half court, and KMC will get the ball back. Daniels setting it up, and KMC has had an electric offense. They can shoot it anywhere on the court. As Johnson goes inside, threading through the defense for the layup. His first points of the night. And Frazier taking it down the court for the Bulldogs. And like you said, a player to watch, the 5'7" freshman, Kamari Jennings. He has had a hot streak for the Bulldogs as he will be guarded tightly by Powers and Daniels. He's a player that KMC needs to watch closely. And guarded tightly, Frazier gets up a shot, and Crusaders are all around to get the rebound. That's Thingvall going the other way with it. And Johnson elects for the 3. Good! As Johnson starts KMC off with the trifecta.
Corbin Johnson is not a player on this Kapaun team that you want to leave with any space beyond the arc, as he will do what he just did there.
In trouble, Brantley. And that will be Arch City ball.
Checking in for Arch City, number 30, Darius Stanley, number 0, Jordy Pierce.
And Pierce to inbound. And Pierce taking it, guarded by Thingvall tightly. And this Arch City team trying to play quickly, but this KMC defense has not let anything go past. And pressure coming, but in the paint. Good. That's Colin Frazier with the first points for the Bulldogs.
And a good pressure move there, driving down the lane, absorbing the contact and finishing.
And Charles for the off-balance three. Good. And that was a tough shot, but Corbin Johnson finding his shot early, and he's able to knock that one down.
And an impressive showing there, but that shows the skill set of Johnson as he loses the ball there.
And that was off the hands of Johnson, an unfortunate opportunity for him. He could have came in with the steal, but KMC will go back on defense, trying to force another.
And as I mentioned earlier, a speedy offense, including number 3 here, Jennings, for Arc City. And as we see, Crusaders putting in their speeds for number 11, Daniels, as he was on the defense there. And a good forced turnover there from the freshman Jennings.
And Charles in the corner, driving inside. No good on the end around, rebounded by Frazier, getting it quickly down the court. Jennings, as he almost had a free opportunity, but KMC getting down the court very quickly as help defense comes in the form of Powers, as that one will be off the foot of number 25.
And Jennings, that's the second possession in a row, finding himself in a tough position, trapped in the corner with 2 defenders in front of him who are a lot bigger than he is. So definitely leading the way to not dribble into those traps and move the ball around a little bit better.
And KMC adding some pressure already. Thingvall and Daniels, and that will lead to a timeout for Arc City, and Coach Tyler Henderson, he will talk it over with his team.
The Crusaders coming out with a strong punch already, leading 10-2 here. And Bulldogs just needing to try to find a way to slow it down on their offense, as the Crusaders keep getting their players to dribble into traps and then not having a way to get rid of the ball, which then had the result of this timeout here as they head it back out into the court. They've done an okay job of stopping the Crusader offense, but generating their own offense has been a nightmare so far.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Grayson. And shooting 25% from the field, that's not a great showing. And I know it's early in the game, only down by 8 for them, but that's something if you're wanting to get ahead of the game, especially against this KMC defense, you're wanting to shoot well. And Pierce, guarded by Thingvall, surveying the court. Jennings, and he's been double teamed early by KMC. Every opportunity that they can find, they're putting pressure on him.
And that comes with being the standout player for a team. Is Kapaun doing their homework here? Coach Devek applying the pressure on the freshman early, as he knows that he's a key player for this Bulldog team.
And Arc City moving the ball well, trying to get it to their playmakers. That's Frazier, as he's guarded tightly by Powers. And the Bulldogs not finding much success inside. They keep having to reset and get it out to the perimeter. And Jennings with the floater, good on his first points of the night.
And Jennings, he had some passing opportunities there, still resulted in a bucket with that possession, but definitely needs to improve the court vision.
And Will Thingvall very easily drove inside on that last bucket, showing KMC's ability to execute their offense. Deep three, no good for the Bulldogs as they get another opportunity. Inside, no, as he is blocked. That's Frazier trying to go up with that one as he will be sent to the line.
And Frazier missing the three, but getting the pass back to him and finding the drive down the baseline, ending up in some traffic, resulting in the foul.
And Frazier misses his first.
And checking in for the Crusaders, number 15, Blaze Dalian, the freshman for the Crusaders, number 12, Owen Herlocker, and number 2, Jude Porter, another speedy player for the Crusader squad.
And Frazier is good on the second. And Thingvall taking up the court. And into Erlocker. And Dalian in the corner, off the mark. A rare miss from the freshman. But KMC will get another opportunity.
And a good fight for the rebound there by Owen Herlocker, and then fighting up and getting the foul. So already making an impact just quickly after checking in.
And Erlocker misses his first. And checking in for the Bulldogs, that's Jackson. And the Bulldogs down by 8, trying to get something going for them. And Jackson, his shot is off the mark. Keller coming down with the rebound. And KMC taking it the other way, the far pass to Thingvall. And Keller gets up a shot, no good. As Park City takes it the other way.
And Keller having an open lane to kick it out to the three-point line and did not use it and ended up in a miss. So something to note there for Coach Eck. Maybe try to move the ball around more for the Crusaders.
And Jordy Pierce will have his first opportunity at the line. Bulldogs shooting 50% on the night, as Pierce will miss his first. Pierce knocks down his second. And Bulldogs are down by 7. KMC well within control of this game, trying to just apply their offense as Keller's shot is off the mark. Erlocker's shot is off the mark.
And Porter on the defense of Jennings. 2 speedy players going at it. But Porter already picking up his first foul. Cannot afford to foul here early in this one.
And with track starting up, Jude Porter and Corey Daniels are both potentially on the track team this year. Both very quick runners. And that definitely applies to basketball.
And Keller picking up his second foul there. And the senior Will Thingvall to check in for him. And definitely not wanting to have a player like Rocco Keller out with 2 fouls here with a minute and a half left in the first quarter.
And Brantley to check in for Arc City. Porter putting the pressure on Jennings as Brantley is eventually able to get inside. Double teamed as he finds a way out. And Arc City struggling to move the ball as KMC is getting the pressure very early. Porter keeping very tight tabs on Jennings.
And long possessions here for this Bulldogs team as Jennings holds onto the ball a lot near midcourt and then will try to drive and get to his teammates or keep it himself. But turning out into a foul there on Johnson as Jennings ran into him.
And a little confusion on the court for both sides, as Jennings will be shooting 2.
To note, a new rule in high school basketball implemented throughout most states this year is no 1-and-1 anymore, just 2 shots, no matter the bonus.
And Jennings first is off the mark. And he nails a second. Arc City back up to 50% from the charity strike. As Jennings gets the pick, as he's taking it the other way. Thingvall on the ground, gets it to Urlacher. It's a 3-on-2 as Johnson comes away with the easy buckets with just under 40 seconds left in the first.
And the freshman struggling with turnovers here so far tonight, getting in risky situations and not knowing how to handle the ball, and that's that lack of experience.
And Frazier is good with the 3. KMC only leading by 5, but Will Thingvall answers with a 3 of his own. KMC up by 7. Brantley off the screen. No good. Another missed opportunity inside the paint for Arc City. Johnson with the deep 3. Off the mark. That is a tough shot for anybody, but Corbin Johnson has the range if he wanted to.
That will be the conclusion of this first quarter and the matchup here tonight. And the Bulldogs holding it within a 7-point deficit here. The Crusaders looking like they were going to run away with it at the beginning of the first quarter, but Arc City able to dial it in a little bit and keep this game manageable, as 7 points is easily within reach. And the Crusaders looking to continue their success so far, looking more energized than I would say they have played the past few weeks, running around, setting those traps, and a different style of defense than they have been playing, as it's a different play style from this team than they usually see.
And Grayson, like you said, I mean, Arc City playing fairly well as a 15 seed, keeping up with this high-powered KMC offense, only down by 8 at this point, keeping it close. And both teams not hitting their shots as well. KMC shooting 50% from the field. Not a great margin for them. Few missed opportunities from mid-range, but under the guidance of Coach Jack, I'm sure that those are some things that they can fix throughout the game. And Jennings will take it up at half court. Brantley guarded by Johnson. As Johnson hits the court, and that will be on Johnson. His second of the night.
Coach Steve Eck for the Crusaders wanting the charge there, as it looked like a shove from the forearm of the Bulldog player, but not receiving the call.
And Jennings showing off his shifty playmaking ability, still guarded very tightly. And in trouble, that's Thingvall all alone. Good on the jam. Getting up there and showing his dunking ability.
And that just keys off of another mistake by the freshman Jennings, trying to throw it off the foot of Daniels, but reacted quickly enough to avoid it.
And Brantley trying to take advantage of the double team, getting it down inside, as that one was eventually good on the second chance opportunity. but a missed pass by Powers, a rare occurrence, as a whistle is called. Not something you see too often by Brooks Powers. He's normally a very clean passer.
And checking in here for the Bulldogs was number 10. That is Wyatt Dickey.
And Thinkville trying to go for the ball, but Jennings getting away from him and hitting the three on his way.
And a big move there by Jennings, bringing it within 5 here. Crusaders needing to keep pulling away, as that is just a mismatch. Any day of the week, Powers can outmatch E5-7 freshman.
And back to that play earlier, Jennings taking advantage of the lack of defense by Thinkville falling and trying to go for the ball. But Jennings still guarded tightly, being able to hit that shot. That's a tough shot from a 5'7" freshman, as he has 6 tonight, trying to bring his team closer to KMC.
Agreed there, Andrew, as we will see this Crusader offense and defense back out on the court with the Bulldogs. Bulldogs having it in within 5 there for a second, and could definitely have it again, as they will take the ball down here, down 7, but plenty of time left in this first half.
Colin Frazier taking it down for Arc City. And Pierce inside, double teamed, no good. Thinkville coming down with the rebound. Charles at the end coming in for the pressure. And Thinkville no good on the layup. And whistle is called. And that's Brooks Powers' first personal foul of the night.
And Jude Porter, number 2, checking in for the Crusaders, making a return to the court in place of Will Thinkville, getting some rest on the bench.
And Daniels on Jennings, keeping up the tight defense. And Dalen with the poke away. Porter fighting for the ball. Arc City will come up with it. And in the paint, Dickey's shot is off the mark, but KMC will take it. And along the perimeter, Powers inside with the spin move, good. And Brooks Powers has 4.
And then a timeout there from the Crusaders. Coach Eck, I mean, nothing terrible happening there for the Crusaders. Obviously not happy with something with the team, as he will elect for a full timeout here. And after the break, number 15, Aiden Brantley, will check back in for the Bulldogs. And so far, Kamari Jennings, the standout freshman for the Bulldogs, not doing great tonight. I think forcing many things that he has other opportunities to give to his teammates, and holding onto the ball a little too long in order for the Kapaun defense to get there and force a mistake. If I'm the Bulldogs coach, Tyler Henderson, I'm trying to see how I can involve the team more here and not rely on one man for this offense, as most of their scoring has been spread out through the team, to try to get in the hands of every player more.
And Grayson, I'm sure that looking at the film, KMC could see Jennings' three-point ability and the credibility that he possesses there. And so they're locking that down tonight, putting the double team on early and shutting him down from the perimeter. He's only hit 2 of his shots tonight. And Brantley gets it inside. Back to Brantley. Double teams. And another whistle is called. And that's Daly's first of the night. Owen Erlacher will check in for the freshman. And Aiden Brantley will inbound for Arc City. And Brantley has had some solid play, getting it to his teammates. He's had a few assists. As another whistle is called.
And that foul will be on number 25, Brooks Powers. His second, team fourth. And in this quarter, lopsided foul calls, has 0 called on the Bulldogs so far this quarter. I think the Crusaders have a little bit of a disadvantage there as they outsize some of these players. Easier to get a foul called for physicality.
And Corey Daniels with the pokeway, taking it the other direction. But another foul, another whistle is blown. And that's Aiden Brantley's first of the night. And Jude Porter will take it down for KMC. And Porter inside. Charles with the off-balance shot, no good. As Brantley's taking it the other way. And Pierce to Brantley.
The Bulldogs slowing it down here, looking to explore their options. And it will end up, hopefully, ending up with the points here as they have not had any in a while.
And KMC doing a great job of keeping them along the perimeter. Jude Porter, the 1v1, as he is fouled in the court. That'll be Abrams on the foul, his second of the night.
And Daniels to check in.
Think ball for the deep 3, off the mark. Daniels with the rebound in the paint. In and out to Porter. And Thingvall with the cut inside, no good. As KMC is not able to convert.
And a remedy to a lot of Arc City's problems is the long game, as the Crusaders making some of their own mistakes, as we've seen throughout the season. As long as they can keep these Crusaders possessions long, they seem to get impatient and come up with an error.
And if KMC is wanting to live up to the projection of going deeper in the playoffs this year, they're going to need to clean up some of those small mistakes and keep them light on their toes. So 3-on-1. Charles miss on the layup. Second chance opportunity is good though, as an easier shot by Charles, not one that he normally misses. And Jennings showing off his moves. He can cook with his dribble moves. Getting out to another Bulldog, and no good.
And I think a great matchup here between the shifty and speedy guys tonight, as we usually don't get to see those.
And Colin Frazier guarded by Charles. As Stanley will hit the court hard. And the big guy will be sent to the free throw line.
Jude Porter picking up his second. And so it'll be Mason Collins subbing for Teagan Charles, who made his way to the bench due to an injury. Not sure what that is. We will let you know once we find out.
And Darius Stanley, standing 6'4", as a sophomore, as he misses his first opportunity of the night. He has 0 points at the moment, but he's been a force inside the paint, getting it outside to his teammates, being able to start some assists as he nails his second.
The injury appears to be Charles dealing with some pain in his right ankle. That is getting worked on by the athletics training staff.
And Thingvoll hit the court hard. Not something you want to see there. As that was Dickey with his first personal.
And both teams fouling quite a bit in this one, as we have 5 on the Crusader side and 3 on the Bulldogs just in the second quarter alone, as we still have plenty of time left in it.
Thingvoll's second is good. KMC shooting 50% from the free throw line. And Jennings versus Daniels. Jennings loses the ball. Thingvoll taking it the other way. Off the hands. And that is not something you want to see. The sophomore Mason Collins with the missed opportunity. A clean pass from Thingvoll, and it just went wide off his hands.
And definitely, but he'll settle into this one, and you should be able to fix those errors as Powers will send, as the whole Crusaders team will send some hot passes.
And that'll be another Arc City possession call off the foot of Daniels, as Jennings is trying to get out of another double team.
And a favorite move by Jennings when he ends up in those traps near midcourt up against the baseline is to try to throw it off the defender's foot.
Brantley inside, back out. And the shot is good. That's Jackson with the three-pointer and his first points of the night. And Thingvoll inside, good. As Thingvoll has 8 on the night. KMC up 31-19. And you can't oppose a great shot and mid-range jumper like that one from Thingvoll. When he has his feet set, he can hit almost anything.
And that was another good shot there by number 12, Jackson. A great name there. And the defense for the Bulldogs, as we see there, is a shaky operation. And Porter and Herlocker will press.
And Brantley down the court. No good. He had a clear opportunity, not able to settle into his shot. But Thingvoll down the court. Good. Thingvoll has 12.
And a couple of missed calls there, maybe a foul and a travel. One going either way. Nevertheless, we'll end with a bucket as we have about 10 seconds left here.
And Arc City trying to keep this game close and keep this one out of garbage time when they entered the fourth quarter, as they've been able to put the pressure on KMC, but this KMC defense has kept up, and they're not letting anything through. It's been very difficult for the Bulldogs to get inside the paint and create any type of pressure inside there. KMC has done an excellent job with the help defense along the perimeter and in the inside. Tegan Charles has been addressing an open defender all night long, an open Bulldog all night long.
Number 15, Blaze Daly, and the freshman checking in for the Crusaders. Number 2, Jude Porter. as Porter will take a rest before half. Will be number 25 Stratton Bruce checking in for the Bulldogs, replacing number 10 Wyatt Dickey.
And Thingville off the screen. No good for the three. This one will be 35-22 heading in to the break. And KMC well in the driver's seat. Let's see what they come out of halftime with. And I'm Andrew Greer.
And I'm Grayson Greer.
And we will see you after the break. Back from the halftime break, I'm Andrew Greer, and I'm joined by my co-host
Grayson Greer.
And leading 35-22, KMC well in the driver's seat tonight, as they have been able to play to their type of level, playing some tight defense along the perimeter and in the paint against the Bulldogs. Arc City has struggled a little bit on their shooting 29% from field goal. And Rocco Keller coming away with the easy layup.
And that will be Keller's first points of the night.
And Jennings, guarded by Daniels. Jennings with the floater, good. And Kamari Jennings has 8 points on the night. And Thingvall wide open in the corner, good. And Thingvall rarely misses a wide open trifecta, taking advantage of the opportunity. Up by 16. And that one off the body of Aiden Brantley. Unfortunate play of event.
And Coach Steve Eck has done a great job of coaching this Crusaders team in this matchup tonight, training them to lock down Kamari Jennings and his speed, and definitely a good game from him tonight.
And one thing about Coach Eck, he draws up some absolutely amazing defensive plays for this team, and his wardrobe is on point every night, looking fresh on the bench. And Will Thingvall taking it down the court. Corbin Johnson on the 3 and 2, good. And Johnson has 10.
And a strong start from Corbin Johnson, and the defense already picking up a pattern of this Bulldog offense, which is get it in the hands of Jennings, as he picks up an and 1 3 there. That's a huge play from the freshman. So basket will count. Now be Corey Daniels picking up his first of the night.
And a deep 3 from the freshman, like you said. Excellent job finding his spacing, having his feet set. And this is a 4-point opportunity, a rare occurrence in basketball, as he is no good on the and 1. And to Daniels. Daniels wide open from 3. Good! And Daniels does not differ from Thingvall one bit, hitting the wide open trifecta.
And the stoppage of play before a substitution, as the big man Darius Stanley will check in for Arc City.
And Aiden Brantley taking it down the court for the Bulldogs. Double teamed by Keller and Powers. And Keller hitting the ground, came back up again luckily. And Jennings double teamed at half court as a whistle is called before Daniels could take that one down.
And the trap defense doing a great job for the Crusaders, getting the Bulldogs point guards and ball handlers in tough situations, and they forget how to behave with the ball in their hands, turning in to these fresh opportunities for the Crusaders.
And Johnson from the arc gets it inside to Thingvall. Thingvall off the backboard. And no ifs, ands, or buts if that Thingvall would hit that one.
Thingvall's performance has been lights out tonight, as if he was in a coma. 17 points already early in this third quarter for the senior.
And Jennings taking it back up to half court. Getting around Daniels with the floater near the free throw line, and Johnson will eventually come away with that one. Thingvall from 3 off the mark. And that will be Arc City basketball.
And definitely thankful. A key to his craft is the three-pointer, and not able to come away with that one, but still a solid performance. He shot very well early on in the season, and it has slowed down throughout the schedule. And hopefully he can pick it back up for the Crusaders team in the playoffs.
And Frazier to Stanley in the paint. No good. And Powers will take it the other way. And Powers driving in just like he has a driver's license, driving into the paint and getting one off the backboard.
And Corey Daniels saying that pass was not invited in that area of the court, and taking it right away from the Bulldogs.
And Keller off the backboard as he has 4 on the night.
And it is a stoppage of play for an injured player, it appears. Ref stopping it for number 15, Aiden Brantley, as he will check out, with many other substitutions as well, as Keller and Johnson will take to the bench.
And Porter picking up Jennings for the full court defense. And Jennings off the screen as he gets the ball away from him. But that will eventually go in the hands of Arc City. They will retain possession. And Jackson guarded by Porter. KMC still keeping Arc City out at the perimeter. Double team is Jackson. And that one will still be Arc City ball.
Off the hand of Daly in there. As they were so close to the baseline, you could almost examine it. And that will be Arc City basketball.
And inside is Frazier, as that one is good. Just took a quick examination from Coach Henderson to set up that play.
And a hard fall for the freshman Blaisdellian, as he will take a big drop shoulder from Aiden Brantley. And Brantley, the senior guard for the Bulldogs, so an experienced player up against a freshman who has had a lot of experience throughout the year.
And Stanley out to Dickey. Dickey's 3 is off the mark, as that was some excellent passing from the Bulldogs. As Johnson again down the court, as he is blocked.
Seems to be some confusion of who would inbound for the Crusaders. It will turn out to be Jude Porter.
And Thingvall gets it to Dalian. KMC in the passing all around the court. Johnson taking it inside off the backboard for the layup. And Johnson showing off his driving ability as he is able to dissect the defense. And the off-bound shot is good by Aiden Brantley. He's up to 2.
And Brantley has had much more of an appearance on the court than his stat line would show so far.
And Jackson's 3 is off the mark. Johnson coming away with the rebound. Porter, the 1-on-3, no good on the layup. And Thingvall fighting for the rebound, but he will eventually come away with that one. Johnson on the mid-range, hitting the ground. No good, but he will be sent to the line.
And such a dynamic sport is basketball, as you have huge guys that will play the center position. And then you have your fast, shifty guys, as we've seen from Daniels, Porter, Jennings, and such throughout the season. And great diversity of abilities that you will find on a basketball court.
And Johnson shooting 6 for 9 from the field goal tonight, hitting his first free throw. And Johnson is up to 15 points. And his second is good. And Jackson handling the ball, guarded by Porter. And nearly into the hands of Mason Collins, but a collision near half court between Dickey and Collins.
And checking out for Arc City will be number 12, Jackson.
And a 5-second violation called on the Bulldogs. That's Aiden Brantley inbounding for them. Couldn't get that one out in time.
And the Crusaders' defense tonight has been relentless as they hold strong and fight and not let the inbound get in.
And in the paint, that's Johnson. And Johnson, he's up to 18 points on the night.
And great passing from the Crusaders there. Collins receiving the ball and then finding an open lane, driving Johnson.
And Jennings trying to find a teammate, dribbling all around. Back to half court, a place that we've seen him a lot tonight. And Brantley getting out. Frazier, good from the three. A reservoir of points from him, as he is 10.
And definitely an improvement from his first half performance. And he will continue to hopefully be instrumental.
And then Brantley, the pump fake, no good. And Johnson with the full court heave, well off the mark, but a fun little try from number 21.
And that will bring an end to the third quarter. And as we enter the fourth here, the Crusaders holding a strong 25-point lead over the Arc City Bulldogs. And the future looking good for the playoff hopes of the Crusaders, as next up for the winner of this game will be the winner of the Hayes-Goddard matchup. And that will be definitely an interesting game, as the Crusaders with the 2 seed will host that one as well. And me and Andrew will hopefully be here to join you on that one. And the Bulldogs coming out of this quarter with maybe a glimpse or just a slight grasp of hope left in this one, as 25 points is hard to come back from by any team, and especially with the ways they have been struggling tonight. The Crusaders continuing to do what they've done all night and dominate this game.
And Grayson, we've seen an acute change in this KMC offense. In the second half, they've been able to put on the Jets and continue their scoring. And going into the fourth quarter, that does not look like it's laying up.
And the Bulldogs moving to something we haven't seen much, which was passing. It's pass from Jennings to 'Dickey, out of the hands of number 10. It'll be Crusaders ball, as Dickey was not able to hold on to the laser pass.
And Porter is good from the three-point line. And KMC is up to 50% from the arc. And Jennings fumbling that ball, and a whistle will be called. And Arc City will retain possession.
And some very light contact there, which drew the foul.
Porter is putting the pressure on Jennings, sending him back past the half-court line. Jennings was eventually able to be saved by the whistle, but Porter has shown his resilience on defense. And the three is off the mark. That was Abrams. And Thingvall off the backboard and good. And Will Thingvall has 21 points on the night.
That will increase the Crusader lead to 30. It's not getting any better here for this Bulldog team. And a hard fall there with the jump ball fight. And that fight between Wyatt Dickey and Corbin Johnson. He seems to be okay.
And down by 30, Arc City struggling to find some opportunities to score. It's looking like sooner or later they'll be sent home in their vans or buses that they came in, and making the long trip back to Arc City.
It might be a silent 45-minute drive there for the Bulldogs. There's still 6 minutes left in this one, so nothing fully guaranteed.
And Brantley with the moves and off the backboard. That one's good. He has 4 on the night, showing a nice spark of light for their offense. And Thingvall getting up there after the miss from Porter. And Porter will be sent to the line for 3 shots.
Porter taking the contact from number 15. Aiden Brantley will end up in 3 shots. And it could add on to Porter's already 3 points tonight.
And Porter comes away with his first.
And after that jump ball collision earlier, which was a very hard fall for Dickey, a bit of a disturbance there on the Bulldog bench between their coach, Tyler Henderson, and Dickey, as I believe he was not happy with the call in that situation.
And Porter's third is off the mark. And he'll get a poke away, sending that one out of bounds. Arc City will still get the ball.
And Porter still a good total there of 2 out of 3 free throws, making his point total of 5 tonight in this one.
And Frazier for 3, good. And Colin Frazier has 13 on the night.
A very clean swish there. Keller receiving a nice pass from Powers. Porter finding the steal, getting another easy point for the Crusaders.
And the 3 is off the mark from Jackson Jackson. And Powers inside with the move. Good.
And that will be 2 easy layups for the Crusaders. Back-to-back possessions just continue to grow this lead.
And Brantley double teamed by Keller and Powers. Gets it to Frazier. Frazier inside his 6'4" frame, gets up a shot, as he will be sent to the line And Arc City shooting 45%. Fraser trying to get some new life into this free throw game for the Bulldogs.
And no good on the first, as the Bulldogs not doing great from the free throw line. Only able to manage 42% from the charity line tonight.
And checking in for KMC is Gabe Adams, Mason Collins, and Owen Arlocker.
And definitely with these playoff games, any game could be your last, and it is sad to see for the seniors on any losing team, as it'll be the last time they suit up for their respective high school. Just an overall emotional moment, as you can see from number 15, Aiden Brantley, on the bench for the Bulldogs.
And in the paint, Gabe Adams making a move well off the mark, and Porter trying to save the ball. That will be in the hands of Arc City.
Great hustle there by Porter, trying to save it, but barely out of bounds. Arc City check out number 30, Darius Stanley, number 2, Colin Frazier.
And the Bulldogs and KMC both coming in with newer lineups, as Dalian gets the poke away and is down the court with the layup. Dalian showing off his skills in transition.
Number 23, Kobe Cockrell, checking in for Arc City. The coach, Tyler Henderson, getting experience, getting some play time for these younger players as he checks out the starting lineup.
And Jackson, guarded by Reed Stuhlstotz, the freshman, gets up a shot well off the mark. And KMC will take it the other direction with 20 seconds left in the fourth. And Reed Stuhlstotz with the 3 off the mark from the freshman. Daniels, no good from 3. KMC retaining possession. And Dalian is also off the mark. 3 straight misses from KMC will end the game. And KMC will come away with this one 74-40, as they have a boost on morale heading into their next game against the winner of Hayes, the 7th seed versus the 10th seed Goddard. I'm Andrew Greer, and I'm joined by my co-host
Grayson Greer,
and we will see you tomorrow.